Hello everybody, I'm Serta and welcome back to Eden Crafters. We are playing on Nova Terra and we've been having a bit of fun so far. Got a lot set up. So if we have a look at the map, we have all our iron and copper stuff happening over here. We've got some rubber in this area. We have our iron beams over here. We've got our circuit board and computer facility over there. We've got our filters. We've got cobalt. We have basalt. So it's looking good. But the one thing that we haven't done that I've been threatening to do for the last couple of episodes is get the rotor build sorted out. We also have our spaceship, so it makes things easier. So I think that is the first thing that we're going to do, and I'm going to do that down here. This area here, I had a look at in the last episode, and it's far too high up and far away from the water. This one's also high up, but it's closer to the water, so we should be able to manage that. And then we need to do some more exploring on this big island, the green one, because we need to find more gold. We have access to a couple of osmium deposits, and I would like to find gold near one of those osmium deposits because we're going to need to fuse the two somehow. But there is copper over here, and we got quartz, so there's stuff that we can do around this area. But this map is more challenging than the previous maps. Anyway, that's where we are. So I'm not going to predict what I'm going to do today other than the rotors. We did find gold in the last episode, so we can get some kind of gold setup going. But there is a lot to do, so let's get stuck in. The first thing I'm doing, getting out of here, I'm going to head to that copper deposit down in the bottom corner, and we can take a low flyover just in case there are any nodes that we haven't seen yet. This is the area, and this might... bad parking. This might be slightly tricky because we don't have a lot of space to work with. I don't need this rock, so I'm going to exit, get it out of the way. We have water. Actually, I'm going to get rid of this basalt deposit as well. Okay, now that's gone. So we have water down here. Now I could make the rubber down in this area and then bring it up because there isn't a lot of space. Or I could bring the copper down and we could do something on the beach around here. I will need space for a warehouse. So maybe that is the right option. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'll grab a miner and we'll put it on here. And then I'm going to have to see how I can arrange the belt without it looking awful. I'm not sure how steep I'm able to go with it. Oh, it looks like pretty steep. Let's get our drone out. And if we press Alt, okay, that's not too bad. I can live with that. Let me find a place to put down a living compartment so I can get some air. I'll put it over here. I think I'll work this way. And then I'll just head up and bring the ship back down. Before I do that, we will need power up here. So I'll just put in a wind turbine and that will start working. At least I remembered this time. And we'll just land her over here. Now in the crafting guide, rotors need cable and rubber belt. And we, well, once again, don't have to do a massive amount of them, but I will put down a single smelter and we'll just align it with the grid over here for now. That'll work. Grab that belt and bring it through, and I think we'll bring it down to ground first. Let's get the angles right. Oh, and I missed it. Go on, mouse moved right at the last second. Let's try that again. Actually, you know, it's not going to matter. I can put it straight in. That's fine. It gives us space to walk underneath it. So that will make the ingots. Then we need a parts producer, and we'll pop that in there, and we can set that to make the cable, belt that in. Right, so we got one component. The other component is the rubber. I'm going to, while I'm here, I'm going to put some more power in, and I'm thinking I'll just put one of these large solar panels in somewhere. Let's put it up here. Do I have enough for a battery? No, I don't. So it will be inefficient for now. But I think that little area over there is big enough to house the rubber. And then, probably in this mountainside, we'll get a T2 warehouse. And I'm going to rotate it a little. We're going to have it like that, so it kind of slots in. There we go. And I'll grab some oxygen. I'm going to need to build an assembler. And that actually needs the rotors that we are busy getting made. So I could go back, or I could just put a little assembly bench in here and make 4 rotors. I'll just make a whole bunch of rotors. And those are all made now. So nothing's stopping us, unless I need more for something. So with this being put in, we now have our stack size up to 50, which is the maximum with T2 warehouses. So we're going to have to unlock all the stuff that we need for the T3 warehouses pretty soon. Once again, I'm not going to make this terribly efficient. I'm going to have one pump, and it's going to feed into 2 domes. Well, first it's going to feed... Oh, actually, you know what? I'm going to put a second one just so that we can get this place green. We don't need it, but not a bad thing to have. And we'll just green this area up before we finish this build and get this whole place fertile. So we'll need a pipe hub, and we'll put that in there, pipe that into there, that into there, that into there, and then we will, for now, drop an area fertilizer down here, grab the pipe, bring it around that way, and then into there, and a belt from there to there. And that should start the process. Oh yeah, power. Is that not enough? It obviously isn't. Oh, it's nighttime. Alright, let's throw down a couple more wind turbines. Maybe that'll help. Still only 48% power. Now we're at 72% power. And water's at 8% obviously because there's not enough power. Yeah, well, we'll wait for daytime. Let us head back because there's something I'd like to do at main base, but we've got some stuff started here anyway. We'll hop in our spaceship, lift off, and we'll head back. Oh, I didn't put a water... hang on a second. That could be a reason things aren't working well. And I would need to put this in anyway. So we'll pop over here and we'll clean the water a bit. One water purifier, and I'm missing an antenna. So we'll take the long run over here and go and get that antenna sorted out. I think this time I'm going to actually automate antennas at some point. Right, antennas are done. Let's go and clean the water. The good news is we're 4% fertile, even though things aren't working very well. And then we can grab this and shove it out over there. And that will have power in the morning. I need to connect this to the rest of the network. Actually, where are we? Yeah, we're pretty far away. I would have to put a couple more wind turbines to connect them together, but I can do that. So let's go and see where we can do that. And just have a look at the map. Oh, I'm flying the wrong way. I need to go this way. Okay, and this is where I'm going to stop. Let's see if I can reach this location. Oh, that's a bad place to park. It's not any better, but it'll do. Okay, so right now I'm in range of that, but I'm out of range of that. So I will have to put another one somewhere over here, maybe. Let's test that. We'll grab a wind turbine and put it over here. That is, yeah, it's not connecting to that network, but it is connecting to this one. So I just need one more. And that will go close to where this other iron node is, which is right over here. And I don't know, I have no real use for it at the moment, but I'll put a wind turbine over there. And now we have full power. Now I need more batteries by the looks of things because the batteries are at 0. Yep, I'm going to need a few more batteries. That's pretty easy to sort out. So we'll park and I'm going to head off here. Now, I have already collected some wood, if you noticed. This one is kind of in the way of our landing platform, so I'll take this one down and we get organic, we get wood, and we get an acacia tree. So I can replant that acacia tree by going into my inventory, right-clicking, putting it in the hotbar, and then we can put this one over there. So now it's moved out of the way, but it's also given me some wood. And I have this forge over here that's not doing anything, but it does actually have a purpose. Because when we go into the material analyzer, we need to do this carbon-based materials research. And for that, we either need 30 graphene, which I don't have, or we need 30 coal. Coal we can do from wood in a forge. I'll just head out here and do that. And I have more than I need. So we'll just dump that in there and let that happen. And I think more batteries. So I'm going to line up a few more next to this. And what am I missing? Oh, the battery cells. Yeah, okay, I'll have to go and make those. Because it's one of those things you don't use a heck of a lot, so I haven't really seen a reason to automate it and have 900 on hand. Craft enough for a few. Let's go and see how our coal is doing. It's all done. So I have coal. That means we can come into the material analyzer and we can do this research. Now it doesn't look like it actually uses the material that you're analyzing. And there you go. We have conveyor 2, and conveyor 2 needs something new. Carbon fiber, which we aren't doing because we haven't actually found graphene. We also have the carbon refiner and a cooling module. And that is a jump because the cooling module will allow us to go into hot areas. And that needs advanced filters, which we have not got yet because we need to build, and I think I'll build one now if I can. Yep, rotors. We need rotors. We have rotors. So just by building this machine, we have unlocked advanced filters, carbon nanotube, reinforced frames, which are super important for trains, large windows, and that's it. Now, I don't need this here, so I'm going to break it down, but we built it because we needed to get those unlocks done. For some reason, I stopped making the batteries, and we finally have all the batteries done. But we haven't finished with upgrades. because we do have some gold ore, which is the next thing that we need to analyze. And I needed 60. Oh, I've got enough. So we'll chuck that in. Oh, gold ingots. I need 60 of those as well. I have those too. Right, now we have enough. Let's analyze. That is done. And now we have the alloy forge. We have the bulldozer recipe, vehicle charge panel. We'll have all the vehicle stuff coming in. Yeah, there's a few gold things that we need to set up before we can build an alloy forge. So let's go and have a look at what's next. Oh, it actually does use those resources when it analyzes. So they stay in your inventory while it's analyzing. Yeah, I'm just dropping off the things that I don't need. How much? Oh, food is low. Oh, we'll do that. All sorted. Okay, so the next one that we need to do is the osmium. We actually need 100 osmium ore and 100 osmium ingots. I don't have that. I've got like 43 osmium ore, maybe a few more in here. No, I don't even have that. So we can't do that yet. But when we do, if we have a look in our tasks, when we do, we'll get conveyor T3, we'll get the advanced miner, which will allow us to mine what we're doing now faster, but also it'll allow us to mine gems. But it'll also unlock the geothermal plant. And that needs composite beams and, yeah, osmium stuff. So the osmium stuff that is very important are the drills, which also need to be close to iron. The gears that also need iron, so that's easy. And then this one, the osmium alloy. That can only be made in the alloy forge that we haven't built yet because we haven't set up the gold. So the gold, it's lots of back and forward. Gold wiring needs rubber, plated connectors need copper. There was one more item for gold, which is this one that just needs plain and simple gold ingots. We also need to make the saw blades that need the osmium alloy. So, yep, we're going to be working over on this island quite a bit because there's osmium and there's osmium. And I don't know if there's any more gold. We need to put up more radars. Anyway, let's put those batteries in. And by the time we get to our rotor spot, that should be at 100% fertility. 3 more of these. Oh, that one's not aligned. So that's 2 and 3. And gosh, that one's not aligned. Try again. I could put a 4th one in. Why not? We have lots of circuit boards now. Sorted. That's once those are charged, they should carry us further through the night. And I don't think I need this forge here anymore, so I'm going to break that down. If I do need to do something with it later on, I can rebuild it. Good, so let's head out to our rotor spot again. Now that it's got power, things should have improved. There we go, I can already see trees. And we come over and the water is clearer. Not perfect, but better. Excellent. This is looking good. We are at 94% fertility. Now, because the only thing we're building here is rotors, I am just going to put the assembly machine in here. So let's see where's a decent spot. So we'll turn it like that and just sort of line it up a little. Like someone said in the comments, not a fan of where the stairs are positioned on these things because, I mean, the belts have to go over them and then they clip. But that we can we? Come on, let me put it in here. I hope that's in. Might have been a bit close. I can bring the belt. Wait, why are the belts not snapping to things? Oh, there's something not right. Am I too far away? Don't know. Let's try again. Oh, there we go. That snapped. All right, let's bring this over this way. Bring it like that, and that should mean a nice 90-degree bend into there. And why are we not bringing the wire over? I need to actually go over there. I don't think I set the recipe, did I? Thought I had. Yeah, I did. Okay, so it's not working. Well, that connects, and it connects into there. Oh, there it comes. Okay, maybe I was just too far away. So, assembly machine, this will be finally making rotors. Let's go see if we're at 100% on this. Yes, we are, so I can break this tower down. And that's gone. Take this away, and pipe, that's cleaned up. Now, I don't really need 2 water pumps here, but because the water quality isn't at 100%, so if we fly out to here, the water is only 64% pure. So I'm going to leave both of them here. I'll put in another greenhouse, just swing it around, and we'll pop it in over there. Water pipe will come around this way. I can get it to square up and pop it in there. Now I'm going to give each of these their own parts producer because the maths works out better this way. Now I haven't really been doing the maths on production. At this stage, there's going to be a lot of changes. So we'll put that in, and then we're going to merge these 2 lines. So we'll put a merger in over there, and I'm going to clip through something here, am I? Probably. That will come into that port. Well, it missed everything. That's nice. That will go in there, and then we'll have another parts producer over here. And that's definitely going to clip into that rock. Rock's probably going to need to go. Let's do that. Bring that into there and so set some recipes. That will be rubber and this will be rubber. Okay, that's producing 60 rubber per minute at a rate of, I think, 5 organic. So it's coming through pretty quickly. And then this is going to come through here and this is going to make the rubber belts. And then the rubber belts can come into this. Ooh, no, that's not going to work. We'll bring it down to there and then square it into there. And soon, there we go, the rubber belts are coming out. So this is more efficient. Eventually it'll be better with faster belts, but you can't really, if you want to be efficient with the greenhouses, have them merge, the organic merge into the line to make the rubber. It just needs too much organic. As you can see, there's big gaps now. Anyway, let's see what's happening over here. We're getting some production. We are. There is our first rotor. Excellent. And I think I could probably get rid of a couple of these. Leaving them here is not really doing anything. I'll just get rid of the ones that are looking like they might be a bit close. Yeah, that's fine. I don't understand what's happening here. Is this not going in? Let's just redo that line. Okay, now they're going in. And that should mean that they'll be coming through here faster and the rubber belts will be produced faster. Perfect. So our rotor setup is finally done. And we even have trees up on the top of the mountains over here. Perfect. Now I don't need to go back because ideally I want to head over to this island, the green island. And our gold facility is hidden over here. I think that's where it is, right in front of us. But what I would like to do is go and put a couple more radars in. We need to find more gold. Right, so I'm going to just see where I am on the map. We'll set down over here. It's quite unlevel. It's okay. And where we are on the map is there. Actually, I want it to be a little bit further this way. Let's head west. So like maybe over here. This is good. And I'll build a radar and a wind turbine to drive the radar. And then we look at the map and it honestly hasn't unlocked much else. There's some copper and iron over this side. Yeah, there's nothing else here. It looks like gold is a little bit rare. So now we're going to head east and we're going to set one up around this area. Yeah, I'm just flying over everything pretty low so that we can see if we're not missing anything. And if we have a look at the map, about here, I think, just a little ahead of us, like right there. Yeah, we'll do it over here. So a radar and a wind turbine. And if we have a look at the map, what have we found? Oh, wow. There's very, very little gold around. It looks like we might need to do some exploring. I think we'll head back to base. There's another hole over here. I'm not sure if I've seen this one yet. Let's go and have a look. So we're over there on the map. Maybe I have been here. Yeah, it looks like it. I've cleaned this place out. This was the place for the graphene and the amethyst. Obviously, I didn't do a very good job at rechecking. Yeah, there was a box there, and I believe I've emptied this one. Yep. Yeah, nothing else in this cave. And we'll park and go and see what is the next most important thing. Actually, the next most important thing is where I was, and that's the osmium. Yeah. And in the planet analyzer, we still need to get across to the super hot area. I would like to get the water purifier and the water pump too, but the cooling unit needs the advanced filters, and the advanced filters are made. Let's go and have a look. Now I'm going to have to rebuild, is it the carbon refiner? I think it is. So there it is, and we need graphene for that. So we need to find graphene. Thing is, not sure we're going to be able to find graphene in an area that doesn't require protection. So we can go in here and we can build the scanning tool. I need a controller and a microscope. That means I need 2 sensor arrays, which need gold wiring. And for that I need gold ingots, which I have in abundance. So we will make gold wiring. I'll just make 10 of them. I think we need 5 for each of the sensor arrays. Those are done. 2 sensor arrays. Cool. 1 microscope. And then we need a controller, which should be pretty straightforward. Yeah. And we already have 71 rotors in stock. Fantastic. Now right now that'll stack to 450 because each port on a warehouse has 9 slots and now they stack to 50. So let's make this rock deposit scanner and see how that works because we've never actually used it before. And if I put that into position 2, do I? How does that work? Oh, add to hotbar. Right, okay. So I've added it to the hotbar in that position. I'd like it over here. And then we'll have to shift things around. I still need to bring the pipes into this as well. While I'm thinking about it, let me do that. So we'll put it in position 4. And then we're going to have to sort all of this again. This will be 5, 6, 7. Yeah, maybe I'll do the assembly machines now. They go into 8. 9, I don't know, I'll just keep it empty for now. Oh, actually, no. 9 will be living compartment. And then 0 is just by default the latest thing that you built. Alright, so let's see. How does this work? Basalt. Yeah, there's 4, 5, 7. Lots of them. So nothing else. But does it allow me to scan for other rocks yet? I don't know. But we need a lot of graphene. And we need steel alloy needs to be set up. You know what? I'm going to just craft the things that we need to make the alloy forge so that we can get those things unlocked. And I'll grab the ingots that I've got. We need 5 insulation layers. So get those sorted out. Then over here we need 10 plated connectors. Oh, we're copper ingots. Oh gosh, we actually need copper ingots for that. Alright, well I'll go and fetch some. Not something that I would normally have put into stock. But I can grab a stack of them. Alright, got those. We'll make those plated connectors. Those are done, and then the gold wiring we need 4. Cool, that's done. Now we can build that alloy forge. Just doesn't matter where we put it. Right there, and that will unlock stuff. Now that's unlocking things that are way far away from where we are right now. Including a conveyor belt 4. And there's the steel alloy, the amethyst alloy, and the other alloys that we might need. So we've got all the train stuff now. Let's go and have a look at the recipes. So we need iron and graphene close together. I'm not going to do coal. That's too much of a manual process. We need to cut down trees for that. But we've got it unlocked, so I think I can get rid of this now. And we don't need this carbon refiner over here, do we? Well, maybe if we can get... Let's have a look. Oh, this is new. Advanced panel, which uses gold alloy, ceramic components, and amethyst alloy. Good grief, that's hectic. So we need... I want 2 cooling modules. Yeah. Which means I need 4 advanced filters. Let's see how much coal I've got left. I only got 15 coal. Yeah, that'll be enough. Well, we need 1 more coal. Looks like I'm chopping down another tree. And you will be the one. And it looks like we get 9. I still need to get rid of this box as well. It's full of concrete. Yeah, it looks like we get 9 wood out of one of those. And then I need to put down the forge again. We will make coal and we'll shove the wood in there. Good, that should be enough. I'll leave the forge just in case. And carbon refiner, we want those, and we'll shove the coal in. Oh, and it needs water. Ah, darn. Well, let's move it closer to the water. Completely forgot about that. And how much water does it use? 200. So I'm going to need 2 pumps. And we'll just pop them like that. Get a pipe hub. Put it in. This is temporary, so I'm not being careful with the layout. Get that carbon refiner and make sure it's rotated somewhat correctly. Water into there, and now we should be able to make those advanced filters. It's happening. And we only need 4 of them. Oh, do I have enough? That used quite a lot. No, I don't. It looks like I need to chop down another tree. Oh, let's see. Looks like you're it. And I'll just immediately replant. There you go. And that will grow up. So back to the forge. Throw the wood in. Right, we have it. And then to the refiner. Into the carbon refiner. Throw the coal in. And there you go. There's the 4th one. Right, now what else did we need for this? Oh, we got the rotors. They're up to 142. So I think I'm going to get 2 cooling modules. Because for the super hot areas, for the normal hot areas, you need 1. For the super hot areas, you need 2. Then I can equip them. I'm going to have to take an oxygen bottle off to have both of them in. So we'll do that. We will get more slots. And then we can head over to a super hot area. So if we have a look on the map, where's the best? I think this is a super hot area. That's one as well. Actually, you know what? I need to have a look at the planet analyzer to do that. Oh, I did put some platforms in over here just to make this place look a little bit more supported. So let's have a look at the map. Yeah. So this is a normal hot area, so it's like a very light red. And then this is super hot. And it's only on 1/2 of this island. It's not too far away. Let's go and see if we can find some graphene, or we also will need fairly soon phosphorus. So maybe we can find both. That would be great to find them together. Okay, we also, yes, now it shows the basalt on the map, so it'll show the rock deposits on the map. That's excellent. I think that's the island that we need to go to. Yeah, this side of it. So that is where we will go. And this is the spot. Okay, I see some copper down there. I see rock. I don't know how much of it is graphene. I think I see some graphene lying around on the ground here though. And maybe ruby, which we also need. Okay, so we are not dying. I mean, if I unequip one of these, yep, now we're in trouble, but we're not dying. Now, if we put that on, we're good. Let's do a scan. Phosphorus, basalt, and that's it. 7 phosphorus nodes. So if we have a look at the map, oh, look at that. Nice. So we can actually map this area. You know what? I'm going to put down a radar. Wait, what am I missing? Oh gosh, antenna. Yeah, I really should. So you can't build a living compartment here. If I build one, it immediately just disintegrates. But I can run around here and collect some ruby because that is going to be necessary when we want to unlock other things. And there's, oh, it's osmium that's over here. And some gold ore. This is coal. Okay. So it's new seeing coal on the ground like this. Alright, let's hop over to the other side, to the less hot area. I see a facility down over there, so that might be useful. But I'll stop off around here first, just to do a scan. And a nice smooth landing. Ooh, don't slide off. Okay, phosphorus, lots of phosphorus. Yep, and then there's that facility. Let's go there. Oh, that looks pretty cool. The roof is gone, but it looks good. And we have something down here. Oh, you know, I'm landing so badly. What do we have? Cobalt and quartz. And there is one of those unknown machines going to the mountain. There might be something in there. So we're going to find an entrance to this place. I'll use my drone. Okay, so the entrance is on the other side. There's some iron over there. There are a few loot boxes. Is that iron? Yeah, it is. I'll just grab myself something to eat while I'm here. And then we'll head inside. Let's see what we find. Okay, really basic stuff. I'm not even going to take it, honestly. That's phosphorus. Nice. It's a T2 miner ruin, a refiner. This is also, I'll take the food. Also basic stuff. Insulation, I'll take that because we're not making it yet. We should find some story in here. There we go. Commander Elise Navarro. Radiation level spiked again. It's the same darn particle. Dr. Lee's exposure is too high. We can't keep this up. We're abandoning the base and regrouping at the landing site. I recommend evac. Oh, we're going to have to find the landing site unless we found it already. Right, what do we got here? Saw blades, I'll take those. I'll take the osmium drills. Thermal regulators, definitely want that. The rest of the stuff I don't need. I'll take the food. Yeah, the rest can stay. There's a few more boxes. More osmium drills, gear assemblies, plated connectors, nice. And more of the thermal layers. Oh, sensor arrays. And gold wiring, and more food. And the rest I don't need. Anything here? Nope. Yeah, I don't see anything else over here. No, nothing. But yeah, things weren't going well. Let's take a walk up over here and see what's in this cave. Right, what have we got? We have sapphire. Nice. And that is amethyst. We're going to need a bunch of that to analyze later. So yeah, I'm just going to clean this cave out. But, oh, hang on. Do we have a... Where's our torch? Take a walk through here first to see if we can find anything. It goes, wow, this cave is huge. There's an amethyst deposit. Alright, so now that we've seen it, it should show up on the map. Yep, it does. Right, so we have an amethyst deposit. Great. And I might as well do a quick scan in this area too. Lots of phosphorus, some basalt. Still no graphene. And I found a bit of diamond in here as well. So we'll grab that. Right, so I think this place is emptied out and I need oxygen. And there's some diamond lying on the ground on the way out. Cool. And my oxygen is low, but I should get oxygen in here. Yep, all sorted. I'm going to get out of here. we're going to do some more exploring until we find some graphene, hopefully. So let's see. We do need to head further down. We'll go over to here and we've got a nice spot. It looks like there is some phosphorus here. There's some iron. Looks like gold. Is that gold? I really do regret not bringing antennas with me. No, that's copper. So we'll do a rock scan. Phosphorus, lots of phosphorus, and a bit of basalt. And where did we reach? We reached all the way over there, so I can assume that this part of this island is taken into account and there's nothing there. There's another island over there. Maybe going over there might not be a bad idea. That's also a hot island, so maybe we get lucky. Ah, there's water in the middle that hasn't evaporated from the extreme heat. Alright, so I will land, and then we can scan. Graphene. There we go. Loads and loads of graphene. Yeah, there it is. Difficult to see, but yeah, we got graphene. But no phosphorus. We do need graphene and phosphorus fairly close together. I'm going to head over to this lighter patch and see what is in there. I'm not sure, but it looks... Oh, there we go. We have another facility. And this time I'll park out at the front door. Super good parking. And it looks like we have ruby. Yes, we've got a ruby deposit. And we have amethyst. We have coal. I'm not really keen on coal. In fact, there's a few things I need to drop here. I have graphene now, so I don't really need coal. Alright, let me get rid of the undesirables. So we'll get rid of the rock, the organic, and the copper ingots I don't really need. I'll hold on to the gold ingots. Filters I have in storage, so I don't need that. Yeah, I've got a bit of space now. Let's see what we've got here. Another thermal regulator, reinforced frames, controller, and food. Good. This one has composite beams, battery cells, no radars, more food, and a saw blade. And we have a message. It's Commander Elise Navarro again. This isn't a retreat, it's a regroup. Nova Terra isn't ready, but one day it might be. Anatoly still won't leave. We can't force him. We leave tomorrow. God help us if the ship systems fail on re-entry. Well, it would be particularly bad. But we have Ruby. We have a few things up here. Those are just assemblers. Nothing else around here. Now, was this facility built basically just for the Ruby? Or are there other caves around? I am not sure by looking at the map. This area is less easy to read. We'll do a quick scan over here though. We got more graphene and more basalt. I suppose I can head further to the southeast, see if we can spot anything useful. Well, there's a very big tower up on the hill. Is that the Earthlink? I can't remember which building that is. I don't know if I've seen it. Maybe I have. No idea. And we'll park right there. Kind of the best parking I've done today. Unknown building. Alright. We'll grab the diamonds. Cobalt we don't need. I'll grab the insulation layers. There's another box. Yep. This has, 2 nuclear reactors, energy crystals. That's cool. Take the sapphire. Do I want the graphene? Yeah, no, not really. We'll take more insulation layers though. That's very handy. I really thought I picked up more ruby ore than that. Alright, there's a bit of graphene and basalt around here. Okay, let's have a look. We could head down south. We haven't done anything there, and I see there's a facility there. There's also something over there. Yeah, let's go that way. I don't think this is the one that we've been to, is it? No, it isn't. Wait, is this where I'm supposed to be going? Because I found what looks like a cave. Oh, this was that dark spot, was it? We'll scan. There's graphene again. Basalt. What is that? That's just quartz, I think. Yeah, that's another quartz deposit. Man, I should be here with radars. Anyway, it happens. Oh, there's the ruby. And more sapphire. Now, I need lots of ruby because it's one of the things we need to analyze in the material analyzer. Like after we've done osmium, which we still need to do. And it looks like I found another large ruby deposit. Excellent. And if we look on the map, it's right there. And then just over the hill to the west is what looks like another facility. I think I've cleared this place. One more piece of ruby. And one more. They hide so well. Okay, well this was actually a very good trip. And why did I park so far away? Yeah, we've discovered a lot of stuff that's going to help us later on. But we need to hop over that way towards the west. And it looks like another facility down in this valley. Yep, there it is. And the front door is on this side. And it's close to a mine as well. Or a hole. And I don't think I have enough space to carry things back. This is something that I haven't really experienced much in this. That's phosphate. Hang on. Let's do a quick scan. Phosphate and graphene. Oh, awesome. This is the spot for it then. So on the map, we are down here. We've exposed quite a bit. So the phosphate is there. Where's the closest graphene? It's over that side. That's fine. Okay, perfect. Let's pop in here and see what the message says. It's Anatoly M. They're gone. I watched the fire trail across the sky, then nothing. No signal, no return. Just silence. If the particle reached their systems, they never stood a chance. I'm alone now, completely. Oh dear. Well, there's a large phosphate rock, and there's another Wait, was there anything? There wasn't any box in here. No, there wasn't. Okay, there's a couple of boxes in here. This is where they slept. So let's grab what we... Oh, jeepers, there's so much good stuff. Take that. I can already take the insulation layer, the radiation isolant I need. So what do I drop? Probably the iron beams. I don't need those. We'll take that. And we have another box. And this one has some phosphorus in it, which will be very useful. You know what? I can make controllers really easily. Although, you know, if I... that's not going to be enough phosphorus. I need more. Let me see if I can do something with this. We'll take this one down. Yes, I know my inventory's full. Rotate this that way. And we've unlocked fertilizer and catalytic converter. Now, the catalytic converter is what we need. The phosphorus and... let me just show you. The phosphorus and graphene together. There it is. Phosphorus and advanced filters. The advanced filters are over here and they need graphene. So this is the area that we'll be making the catalytic converters. But this does need a little bit of help. Put that in there. And this is working now. Don't know how much graphene I needed. But I also don't want to leave any of this other stuff behind. You know, I can always go and pick up more gold ingots. We're already making them. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of a bit of that. And then we can take a stack of phosphorus back with us. And there was a mine out the front as well. Did I go there? I don't think I did. What do we have here? More diamond. Oh gosh. And more sapphire. Can't remember if we actually need the diamond ore to analyze. How much do I have? If I do need it, I'm probably not going to need more than... oh, never mind. We have a large diamond deposit right here. I'm probably not going to need more than 30 if I need to analyze it. Anything else down here? I'll take some more diamond. I think I've already got a fair bit back at base. That's it. I'm not picking up any more sapphire. Well, I can. I don't think I'm going to need it. I can't really do anything with them until I've done the osmium anyway. Alright, so to the map, we need to head northwest back to our island. So we will. Wait, is that something? No, it's just a rock. We found most of what we're going to be looking for. We just need to figure out how to lay out our factories and get things where they need to be. Oh yeah, I wasn't going home yet. I was going to this green island. And I just got a food warning. And we've only got 4 minutes left on our plane, so I've got to keep an eye on that as well. So we'll pop down over here. We'll just get a quick facility built to get us some osmium and osmium ingots. And I better eat. Yep, there we go. All healthy again. Right, I think the osmium was in this structure. Or not. Wait, where was it? Oh, it was outside. Somewhere over this way. There it is. Okay, so I'll bring my ship over to there. And then we need to break all of this down. And that's using a T2 miner, which we don't have yet. So let's get rid of it. And we're going to be dropping bits and pieces of stuff all over. And to avoid dropping more stuff, I am just going to build the miner right there. And I'm going to put it straight into a forge right there. Belt that in to there. Not exactly straight. And then I'm going to need power. So for now, just a wind turbine. And I'm going to let that happen. So I can head back, offload a few things. And then I'll come back, I'll pick up that osmium, then we can do those extra research bits. And we are done. Oh, the whole time I actually had extra storage. Keep forgetting about my ship storage. Anyway, I'm going to offload some goodies. There's some antenna. I need to empty stuff out of my storage that I don't need anymore. 100 osmium ore. We need 30 phosphorus, 20 ruby, 25 amethyst. Oh, we don't need the diamonds for research, but we do need uranium, which we haven't found yet. So we have everything that we need to finish all of that material analysis, except for the osmium, and I'll just head back and go and get that. And that is right here. Let's see how much we've got. Okay, good. We have quite a bit. We're going to need the ore to build up, so I'm going to leave the ingots in here until they're full, and then the ore can back up. We can pick up the 100 ore, or I could just break this belt. Nah, I'll wait. So tier 1 miner on the osmium does 60 per minute. This does 30 per minute. Well, it was doing 30 per minute. So we could actually split this into 2 for a perfect ratio. Right, there's the 100 ore, and we can now grab the 100 ingots, and then we can head back and go and do that analysis. Right, we have everything to do this one, so we'll get that started. And I think it happens while we're not there, so I don't have to be there. The next one, oh, it doesn't. I actually have to stay in here. Well, that's a pain. Alright, well, let's do that again then and wait. Right, conveyor belts Mark 3. We've already got the Mark 4s. There's the advanced miner, version 2. Tunnel driller, I haven't even built any vehicle yet. And the geothermal plant is unlocked. Let's see what the next unlock is going to be. The phosphorus will unlock quantum processors, gold alloy, the gem cutter. Ah, there's the jetpack, which I really want. Cargo spaceship. And the high capacity battery, that's for us, only comes when we find uranium, so we're going to have to get to that. And that is only going to happen once we start doing the planet analyzer unlocks. So let's do, I'm just going to pick up the phosphorus and the amethyst and the ruby. And we can just do all of those. Phosphorus analyzing. Right, gold alloy is unlocked. Quantum processor, gem cutter. Okay, good. And there's the jetpack with a ship engine, so we can now build our own ships. There's a cargo spaceship. Good. Then we can do the ruby. And that's done. Advanced assembler, conveyor sorter. Oh, that's new. And the T3 miner, or the version 3 miner, and the warming unit, so we can go into the cold areas. Awesome. And amethyst. And that's unlocked the radiation shield, radiation isolant. T3 warehouse is now unlocked. Excellent. So the only thing left is the uranium, and I have to find uranium ore for that. Now, most of the time that would be found in the irradiated areas, but there is sometimes a node or two outside of that area that we can find, so we can get things started at least. But we have progressed really well in this episode. We found a whole bunch of new resources. We have ruby, we have a diamond deposit, more ruby. We found lots of phosphorus and graphene. Most importantly, we found a phosphorus node fairly close to a graphene node, so we can get those catalytic converters done. There's another little marker type thing over here, a black hole in the map. Not sure what that is. We'll have to go and check that out. But I'm going to need to run through, and I'm going to need to put radars up everywhere. But I think that is where I'm going to leave this one. If you like this video, give us a like. If you want to see more, subscribe, hit the bell icon for notifications. Leave me your comments. Let me know your thoughts. And if you've already built some of this stuff, pop over to our Discord and drop some screenshots of your builds. Be interesting to see. But in the next episode, gold and osmium. Big time. We need to get those set up so that we can build the better belts, the better miners. We need to get some graphene production started. Obviously put analysis radars everywhere we go, which means that I should probably queue up a whole bunch of antenna. I think eventually I might automate those. It's just iron and copper. I just need to find iron and copper in the same place. And on the green island, there was iron and copper close together. Yeah, there's some iron and copper, but I might need to use that copper for like the gold wiring. But there's some more over here and some more there. So yeah, we'll be okay. And we got another hot island to check out over there. But yeah, very productive. So thank you very much for joining me. And until next time, cheers.